project team for a lifetime. So, hi everyone. Wello, what's been going on? Hi Jack. It's been a pretty busy weekend actually for everyone involved. You more than anyone. I just thought I'd recap like the highlights, and then we get into some of the detail. But look, on Friday we kicked things off with a Twitter bio challenge for a sneak peek state clone revealed on Friday, and then that was a working title subfaction of the Socialites, and we created this whole challenge where you had to create your own bio related to the clone and post it on Twitter and come back in the Discord and share your evidence. And we've got some prizes to give out on that later. So really excited because the top prize, the big one, is a free Genesis OG weirdo. And we're sitting on 2 in our account, which we're going to give away in the next week. And the first one's today on this AMA, and the next one is coming up later this week. So look, really exciting to be able to drop this sort of stuff. And as we get closer to the mint and the cream lists start running out, these are going to be the best ways to enter the Weirdoverse. And but can't wait to drop the news on you in a little bit. Saturday, we had a really chill conversation with Ghost Breath, our artist and founder. We had an origin stories chat. So he ran through 2 of the sub factions from the cloning event. We went through the nudists and the pterodactyls. So the nudists are a weirdo faction, pacifists, and not necessarily war ready or battle ready. And the pterodactyls, the complete other end of the spectrum from the state. And it was great getting into Ghost Breath's mind and just sort of picking his brains on where this wild stuff comes from and what sort of depths of cultural references he's using to bring this stuff together. And it was recorded. I'll pull that recording into the announcements channel. I've got a few of those to drop into one post, so we'll do some updating around that. We're going to do more of those. There's another one tomorrow you might see in the events listing in the Discord. We've got another one at 3 p.m. UK tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. We get Ghost Breath back. Then it was the big one, our Purge event, which I'll come back to in more detail in a minute. But we also dropped another sneak peek straight after that. This time it was the Weirdos cat people with a fierce knife-wielding tiger cat ready for battle. Don't know about you, Jack. That's my favourite sneak peek so far.
It's pretty hard to call whether that or the robots are my favourite faction. I'm not going to give away the details, but there's something even more special about the cat people coming at the reveal. So cat for me. If people are listening to this now, when they see it, they'll know what I'm referring to. But cat people for me sums up the humor of Ghost Breath in a single faction. You'll totally get the joke when you see the rest of the faction. But it's fucking brilliant. It just every time I think about it, it makes me chuckle. But it's a very private joke right now because no one else knows what the joke is. So
yeah, it's about a 4-person joke. It's yeah, you had to be there, really.
You did. I was going to say, I don't want to take any attention away from the cat people because I think you're right. What people are starting to realize, there's a few characters in the factions in these collections which are very different from, the punks, the nudists. There's a lot that don't have a human form, and in the reveals over the coming week, people are going to see more of that. But I think it's really starting to bring into sharp relief how different this collection is. When we said there's 14 factions in a single collection, or 14 collections in a single collection, you can really see that now that you're starting to see some of the difference of these sub factions. So very excited by that. I was also going to say, Nick, I don't want to disrupt anything, but we obviously also had on Friday night we had the conversation with Tropo and the Mark appearing in his extra wide face form.
Amazing. So Mark was a late call up for the show, and Tropo had his in-screen boxes all laid out really neatly for the 3 of us, being Ghost Breath, Jack, and myself. And then you added Mark quite late to the chat because he was available back from Florida from his conference, and he didn't have any space for him on the screen, so he just stretched his long head out horizontally across the middle in this sort of backdrop, which was, well, brilliant. and I know a few of his Megapont mates have taken it and run with it. And then Humble overnight, one of our amazing mods, she started the trend of adopting the PFP within the Discord. So if you see this fairly stretched looking face on almost everyone's PFP in the Discord, it's a tribute to our software engineer, Mark, who is also founder at Megapont as well. And their Megakong's mint on Ethereum is live today for pre-sale and public sale tomorrow. So really busy boy. In fact, we've had questions about that separately and we'll come on to that. But having a brilliant time with the launch today. It's flying, it's going great guns, and it obviously bodes very well for the Weirdos as well. So we're really, really happy for Mark. It's actually a tribute. I think some people were worried that it was going to end up being a some sort of abusive meme, but he loves it. Firstly, he's delighted that everyone's talking about him and then taking his face to Twitter, so to Discord. So he's thrilled, and it looks fucking funny as well. So I'm really pleased. And then Tropo, the big one, of course, Friday night. Friday night, Saturday morning, really for us. It was like 1 till 3 a.m. in the UK, and later for Ghost Breath as well. But we did crack through the OG Genesis collection with Tropo Farmer, who's, if you don't know who Tropo is, he's a big NFT influencer, one of the original BAYC holders, and has just built a credibility over a long period of time in the space. And now he runs his own Twitch channel, which we were on, and we were there with cameras on, fully doxed and the like. So had an absolute blast running through the OG collection. He was just crying with laughter for half of it, and set us off as well. Particularly when we got stuck on Valerie, that was one of my highlights. Getting into Val and the backstory of what looks like a giant scrotum. It was just it was special. Like, really good fun though to see new people come check out the collection and find it that funny. And I think it was that reminded me why this is so cool. It's been a while since I've looked at the Weirdos with a fresh pair of eyes, and so we want to do a little bit more of that and get as many new eyes on it and just get them in the collection and get them chuckling like we did, because that's the moment when it really all makes sense. So we had Tropo Friday evening, but let's go back to the big one. So we can't skim over the big news of the weekend. We're going to go dive back into the Purge. Now, the Purge was a long time coming. It's been weeks in the making. We've had hours of conversations about this whole issue in the Discord and the collection for quite a while as a project team. So hours of planning about how we approach it, how we go about it, tracking it, measuring it, all that stuff. But just to start from the very, very beginning, what did we do? We've had long suspicions that people have been using multiple accounts to generate more creamless spots than the 4 that everyone's allowed to mint from in the pre-sale. We've been tracking activity across a number of different patterns and methods. And so when we started realizing that the community were picking up on it too, when they were looking at things like milk raffles, contests in the play park and lodge and that sort of thing, you can see lots of people auto-entering into raffles. And I think it was starting to create a bit of disappointment and disillusion of thinking that you'll never have a chance to earn milk with so many bots around, and they were almost denying you the opportunity to get on the cream list. And so once that desperation started tipping for us, I think we felt like we felt very compelled to say something more publicly and do something more urgently. We were tracking this for a very long time, and it felt like we were able to perhaps, we always knew that we were in a position to deal with this before it became a problem from a minting perspective. But from a community sentiment point of view, I think we felt we had to take action sooner rather than later. So what did we do? We ran an event, basically. We were going to do this all privately at one point, but then we thought, no, fuck it, let's do this differently. Let's make a real virtue of it, because we're proud that we're tracking multi-accounting, cheating, and getting rid of people who are trying to game the system and not be a fair member of the community, which is really what we want to build on, right? We want a strong community of individual passionate collectors and people who are just harvesting creamless spots to flip or to give to other people and take that and extract out of the ecosystem, or middleman it and scalp and drop and dump on the market. We wanted to get rid of all of those people, or certainly the vast majority of those people. And in doing so, we thought, yeah, let's name and shame them. Let's go for it and do it differently to other people. And we threw an event, and it started in the afternoon yesterday. Discord rugging issues all over the place made it the least slick operation we've ever run on the project side, but it was a lot of fun. We created a new channel called The Purge, and Jack and Mr. Xeon, one of our other dev guys, were frantically copy pasting the ban messages in the background from their master sheet of bad people, the naughty list, as we've been calling it. Actually, we're calling it a slightly stronger word than the naughty list in the background, but our public phrase for it is the naughty list. And we told everyone what we were doing and why we were doing it. And quite honestly, we've said that for weeks. You know, if you've listened to any of these AMAs, either in Discord or here, you've seen our announcements posts in the server or the rules section. We've been really, really clear that multi-accounting is not allowed. We'll take action if we find it. We're not going into the detailed methods of how we've been able to piece together people's accounts from the same owner. Good reasons for that at the moment. Certainly, you know, I hope you understand that there's the potential for people to use that and find other ways of exploiting other loopholes. And so we're trying desperately to keep this as a fairer process as possible, which has been at the core of this whole thing from the start, right? So we're not going to reveal the exact methods right now, but one day I think we'll probably be a bit more open about what happened and how we went about it. We ended up banning over 1,000 accounts. We ended up recovering over 900 cream list spots from bad actors and multi-accounters. And we posted each and every one of their details in the purge. And
Not
it was
their
really
address.
interesting. Not, yeah. Not where they live. We'll
No.
keep that for another day.
Yeah.
Not their bank details. No.
No, yeah, no.
No.
That's stage 2.
Yeah.
No, joke.
This is a joke. Yeah, and we spoke about why that was unfair, you know, and why we felt compelled to take action, because I hadn't realised the scale of the problem before I joined a project team. You know, I think we're all familiar with the idea of multi-accounting or using multiple wallets to try and game a raffle for an allow list spot on other projects, but it's up, you know, ultimately it's up to any project team how they want to distribute their mint, right? And so we decided we wanted it to be fairly distributed to as many individual humans as possible and give everyone a chance to be a weirdo and collect and, you know, follow this project for the long term. And the more people we can eliminate that are just here to scalp and take a 5% profit from being able to, you know, mint dozens or hundreds, the better. And so I think it really hit home when we banned the guy with over 100 accounts and cream lists. That was the one where I think people went, "Oh, okay, that's what we've been fighting against, right? That was the opponent." This guy, or gal, or robot, had 108 accounts, 104 cream list spots, and 2,900 mils of rat milk across those accounts. And then you start thinking, okay, that's where it's all been going. And there were more examples like that, none quite as big as that, but many, many more people with 6, 7, 10, 13 accounts collecting lots of creamless spots and taking them away from individual collectors. So look, that was how we decided to go about things. I think we felt very comfortable with the ethics behind that. In other words, there's two strong reasons for doing it. The dumping on the secondary market's obvious, or the issue of a lot of people taking those creamless spots and then not activating them on the 19th. And that's bad for the collectors, that's bad for the project team. And we, you know, obviously don't want people not exercising their options. We want people who want to be weirdos, bluntly. So there we are. That's pretty much the summary of events from yesterday. We had a lot of fallout of that as well, both positive and negative. You guys tell us how you feel about it, of course. Come and join us on the spaces and come and have a chat today and tell us how it was for you. But I mean, the chat was on fire. It was great. It was one of the busiest days in the server. It was a Sunday, which is usually, you know, literally a day of rest anyway, but a quiet down day generally for Discords, and it was absolutely flying. I've never seen anything like it. I would say 99% of positive support. Tell me if I'm biased or if I've misquoted that. And then the people that were banned were spinning up new accounts to come in and complain or want additional clarity, FUD the project, post, you know, stuff that was outside of our rules, and they got subsequently banned again. And so I think we got to a place where the vast majority of people understood where we were coming from and why we were doing it, and were very supportive. And that's been actually quite a proud moment in this project for Jack and myself and Zion and everyone else. Is we knew we were doing something from a good place, and we had the conviction to follow it through in a strong way, and everyone has largely backed us. And we're still dealing with people who are complaining in the support tickets that they didn't understand that cheating was bad or that multi-accounting was a problem. But we've been very consistent in our messaging for weeks, and the idea was that by doing so, it wouldn't be a shock when it finally happened. Here we are when it's finally happened. I'm really glad we have, because we can now move forwards with the trust in you, the community, that we've put these in the right hands of the right people. And I think one of the questions that came up was, well, do you now have 900 creamless spots spare? And the answer to that is no, because we knew that we were going to ban these people, and we had a rough idea how many accounts were in that, and the number of creamless spots they had. So our allocation from previous farm shops was factoring this in. So actually, we've got more like 300-400 spots left, and we'll confirm the exact number when we make the official announcement for the final farm shop opening. That will explain why you're not chasing 900 next time. We've known for ages that these people are on the list, and it was great to ban them.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, wasn't it? People fell into 3 or 4 different categories. There was the people who kind of just accepted the game was up and they were busted, and they were kind of my favorite, actually. They're like, they kind of left the server not necessarily with a load of dignity intact, but kind of apologizing to the community and accepting that they've been multi-accounting. There were those who claimed that they didn't understand that multi-accounting was something that we were kind of saying that was against our rules, and that was pretty easy to dismiss, because as Nick said, we've been talking about this for a long time. We post about it a lot. It's in our announcements channel. And then there was kind of like the barefaced deniers. Barefaced is probably unfair, but there's kind of the flat out deniers. And there is as Nick said, we don't want to go into too much detail, but the methods that we have used here, kind of tried and tested methods from kind of used in use cases like payment fraud, other crypto currency exchanges. That's combined with an additional layer of information that we have around when people were playing the rat milk game. It sounds ridiculous that that's how some people were caught, but playing the rat milk game, the sequence of them playing it, the points that they were scoring. There's a whole depth of information here that means that it is highly improbable that our assertion that people were multi-accounting is unlikely. And in all of these cases, there are saying it's 100% perfect is also probably a lie. There will have been some false positives in kind of this multi-counting detection, I'm sure. But unfortunately, that's kind of the cost of like cleaning up the overall project. And in most cases, the false positives seem, or the fourth case of people I didn't kind of speak about was those that were claiming that kind of they using the same or connecting from the same property as their children, dogs, cats, wives, girlfriends, mistresses, whatever it was, the litany of excuses that we had. But just to be super clear, we would not have picked up people if they were just accessing the account from the same location on the internet. It was a far more sophisticated mechanism for detection than an IP base, which has its own kind of privacy questions as well. So we stayed away from that. Seems humble requesting.
Yeah, she keeps getting rugged when she comes up, I think. She was just telling me about that in my DMs.
Sorry.
I think she's having issues connecting. It might be us, it might be her.
I'm back on. But... Yay, thanks guys.
Yes.
I did promise that we would be giving some creamless, so I'm thinking maybe we'll do creamless throughout the show. Is that okay, rather than just waiting till the end?
Yeah, that's good for me. Jack, she got overexcited and we're offering 5 creamless.
Sorry. I did a bad thing.
She's Humble has amended my community event plans for Creamless as we're on the fly here.
It was an accident.
We'll,
it won't happen again
okay.
until the next AMA.
Just means we're going to have to find some more baddies to.
That's okay.
To
We'll
get
we'll just ban some more bad people. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to the chief economist to figure out the numerical problem of 9272, but we'll figure it out. I want to give Creamless spots to people who are here because look, we're changing tack. We usually do this in Discord. It's a bit of an effort to come over to Twitter, and it's great to see everyone here now. So yeah, we'll try and run something. I actually did on a smaller scale. I put everyone into the wheel of names yesterday from this, but it's highly manual, so I'm not sure I can stomach doing 240 individual entries in that.
If you're okay with it, I think what I'm going to do, probably 5 times during our show, although I might mix it up, I'm just going to do a random number generator for how many people we have, and I'll just manually count till I get to that person on my screen.
Love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I'll announce who it is, and I'll send them a message so I can figure out. Sometimes our Twitter names don't match our Discord names, so we'll just do that. It'll be easy. But I'm going to do my first one right now, so I'm going to just see how many people are in here, do a random number generator, and I'll shoot the first one out. But you guys can go on with the show. Sorry, I didn't talk to you guys about this first, about giving away 5 spots. It was an accident. It won't happen again until our next AMA.
It's probably the reason we've got 235 people here. So, yeah, I would be wary though. The last time I said that I would do something manually was yesterday when I ended up spending 2.25 hours manually purging the bad guys. So that was a mistake.
And add to your mistakes when we had a pretty big Discord and you offered everyone a free drink at NFT NYC next time. So, yeah, if you see Jack at NFT NYC, he'll probably buy you a drink because he won't have the list on him. So,
yeah, that's the biggest problem with that mistake is that I didn't take any screenshots. So it'd be very hard to deny.
Yeah, if you see a Jack-looking fella at an event in New York, then free drinks are on him.
Oof.
Anything more to say about the purge, Jack? I mean, I felt really good about it, and I think the community responded in kind, and it was kind of like went to bed feeling really sort of happy with how things had gone. But obviously, people get really upset for being outed, and we've dealt with some of that frustration pretty directly as well in various forms, either just full on abuse through to sort of woe is me complaining. And I get all that, I really do. But as we said yesterday, and if Xeon was on stage, he'd be a lot more blunt than both of us. And he's become actually a bit of a community legend for being so blunt. The bad cop is a favourite now, and I think he's coming for our jobs, Jack. But he basically says, "Tough shit, deal with it."
Yeah,
we had some rules, you broke them. It's on you, own it. And it's kind of hard to disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy. He's very binary, and he can see that he knows what this capability. The levels of confidence we have from the approach that we've taken. So he doesn't suffer some of the excuses that we've seen very kindly.
Yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about on the purge. I'm sure we'll get questions in either our Discord channel, AMA questions, or if people want to come on stage and ask us about the process or what's coming next. And we're here. We're talking lots, but this is your show. We do want the show of hands of people who want to talk to us. I'm going to dive into the questions in a minute. Before I do that, I do want to get onto the bio challenge from Friday, which ended late last night. Does that sound like a plan, Jack? I've got some winners to announce, and we've got a really big first prize.
Yeah, we do. Actually, I should have posted the first prize so everybody can see.
Do you want to drop it in the lodge?
Glory. Yeah, I'll drop it in the lodge now, and I will maybe put a tweet about it so we can put it up here and have it as a pinned tweet.
Nice one. So did I leak it or someone leaked it? We were having beers, so I can't remember who it was. But on the Tropo Twitch stream on Friday night, we were talking about this, that we were giving away a free Genesis OG for a bio challenge. So again, just to recap, on Friday, we announced the sneak peek of one of the state sub-factions. The working title, which Ghost Breath is still deciding on, is the Socialites. And it's a female socialite from the clones. you had to then describe her using the sort of the standard weirdo bio style description for her. And it was entirely a creative writing challenge, completely up to you how you went about it. Posted it on Twitter, posted it in Discord. We've been through Discord as a team of mods and the admin and weirdo team, and come up with a list of our favourites and winners. And Crypto Jack has just put the winner, sorry, not the winner, the winning first prize into the Lodge channel now, and it's none other than little Sebastian, a weirdo from series two, not three, yeah.
Yes,
two, isn't he?
Series three.
Fuck.
Really quick, I just want to announce the first winner. We have Alphabet with a Homer Simpson PFP. I ran a random number generator and we got Alphabet. Alphabet, I sent you a message. Just message me back with your Discord name and we should be good to go. That's winner 1 of 5 for a creamless spot.
Alphabet, you own Google though, don't you? Surely you don't need a creamless spot.
Yeah, I mean, an Alphabet boosted the server today. I'm not sure if it's the same one, but I shouldn't be able to remember the name of all 420 odd people who boosted the server. But yeah, I noticed them come through and made a little gag about it being Google, but no one laughed.
I did. That helps.
You did.
We're
Thanks,
laughing
mate.
now.
So the first prize for the bio challenge is little Sebastian. That's an OG Genesis weirdo, and the best thing about this, of course, is it gets you a free mint of the cloning event. So you get a free clone and you get an original token. So huge first prize. Second and third place get a free cloning event mint, and then 4th to 10th place all got a creamless spot. Or if you're maxed out on your creamless spots, then we're going to drop you 20 mils of rat milk as a substitute. So all those prizes will be dished out in the Discord after the show. I'll also post an announcement with the winners all tagged as well, so you can clearly see it, because my ability to pronounce names on an AMA is dire, so just stick with me on this. But I wish I had a radio style drum roll to get the hype going for this, because this is a cool one. The first prize for little Sebastian goes to, you ready for it? Jack, you know, yes.
Is that working?
You know this guy as well.
Do I? Go on. It's not going to
Bobby
sound like
Digital.
Oh, wow,
Bobby.
No way. Wow,
Bobby.
That's cool.
Congrats, Bobby. Let me go through the process of how we arrive at the winner. So it wasn't just about emoji clicks or anything like that. I did ask some of the mods to use an emoji to sort of mark their favorites, and some of that factored in. Some of it came back directly to me as feedback offline as well. So we were just picking up a lot of a range of opinions, basically. So it was a full team effort to come up with our favorites, and I had 98 submissions. So in actually lots of ways, it was probably one of the better chances you have of getting a creamless spot, because the odds were pretty good relative to some other things we do for creamless. So you should have entered, guys. There's only 98 of you, and there's 25,000 of real people, no robots in the server. So just remember, these are the final opportunities to get these spots. Or in the best case, like Bobby, you've just won a Genesis. Congrats, Bobby. I mean, it's amazing. We loved your submission. I'm going to read it out. I'm not going to read the others because we'll be here all day, but the top one was Bobby. Let me pull it up, actually. Yeah, here we go. JJ Rose became famous for having sex in a pool with an albino bobcat on a primetime TV reality show. She now runs her fur G-string business and her private weirdogram account for JJ versus Wild, like the queen of the economic Darwinism. Wow.
Fucking hell.
Can that all go in the AI programming tool, Jack?
I don't know. Are we is it Bobby posted it, right? I'll be able to find him and pin that as well.
Go to the Weird Weekends channel and search for Bobby. That's the easiest way to pull it, because his Twitter name is Lacronic _ PSG. So you won't find him by searching for Bobby on Twitter, but go to Discord.
Weird Weekend. Might take me some time. Be prepared to fill the gaps.
Dead air, radio silence. I'm going to go through the rest now as well. Actually, I'm going to read out second and third. Let's do second and third while I'm here. I should have been better prepared for this, but look, we're pivoting on the fly here.
I
I just
pinned little
awarded.
Sebastian as well. Oh,
I also just awarded Alphabet. So Alphabet, you've already been awarded. I'm going to do the next one right now.
Amazing. Thanks for killing the dead air there.
I'm here for it, guys. I'm here for it until I'm rugged.
Second place for a free cloning event mint goes to Propagandist. Congratulations, Propagandist. I'm going to read out your bio. It says, heiress of a fashion house, state sanctioned. By day, Roxy wears a vacant stare. But when night falls, she gazes tearily on the distant glow of the farm. To be a weirdo, she cries. I'd give it all up. At the drop of a rat, I'd give it all up. If it weren't for the fact that she was actually defecting to the weirdos, I'd believe that. I mean, that's just state FUD as far as I'm concerned, but everyone loved it. So congratulations. Propagandist, you were second place with a free clone weirdo mint. Congratulations. Third place goes to, wait for it, Leaning Mind. Leaning Mind, congratulations. I really like some of the submissions, much like Leaning Minds, where you have made a massive effort to do it in the style of our website. So you've dropped one of the pop-out boxes and filled in a bio using our font and everything. I love that stuff when people are getting creative with the bio from the actual collection and really brought it to life and made it look real. So there were many of you that did that, and I'm so sorry I can't reward all of you for doing this sort of stuff. I'm going to also do a milk contest specifically for the 98 people after this AMA. I'll do it on a wheel of names, and then I'll pull out a few winners, and I'll give you some bonus milk as well as a way of saying thank you. So we had Leaning Mind, who said, providing the State Elite with her state clothing, Chloe made her way to the top the day she tailored Lord Ford's tie in her special rat silk. Do not ask what's inside of her bag, ever. And those were the top three. The 4th to 10th were rounded out by the following guys. We had Loka, who we all know, Omiros. We had, this is a hard one, Small Christoscom87 with an X. Wow, I'm going to just post that in the announcements channel because I will have butchered that. We had TP, Spoonie, Aginator 369, and Jimbo City. Jimbo, if there's a city named after you, I want to go. Jimbo City is a hell of a name. I'm in. And that about rounds out the Sneak Peek Bio Challenge. So there's 10 winners. And for the let me get this right. For the other 88, I will post a Wheel of Names milk challenge Wheel of Names. Spin the wheel for the other 88 and give you some consolation milk for a few of you to say thank you for your efforts and your contributions, because that was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed marking that. So thank you.
We joked a bit about doing things that don't scale, and now you volunteered to copy 90 or 88 names into the Wheel of Names.
It's already in a spreadsheet, mate. Done it.
Oh, I was worried then.
It's a copy-paste job. Don't worry.
Copy-paste.
Yeah, I've learned from mugging myself off doing stuff like that, and I came prepared.
Nice.
I never run a contest that makes me do a spreadsheet. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
I can tell. I do it all the time for stuff like Pictionary and instantly regret it because it's hardcore keeping up with the pace on the screen and a spreadsheet at the same time. But look, they say men can't multitask. I'm here to break some boundaries.
Nice. Our second cream list winner is Jersey Slacker. They were just in the server a minute ago. Now I don't. Oh, I see them. They're back in.
Oh,
Jersey
we know
Slacker,
Jersey.
congrats. Jersey Slacker, I sent you a message. Message me back with your Discord name, and I'll award you your cream list.
Nice. Jersey has asked questions on the Twitter AMAs before, so we love a bit of Jersey. Thank you.
Thanks
for coming back.
The winner's also up on stage. Surprise.
Oh, here we go. Bobby.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi.
Oh, okay.
Congrats.
Okay. Wow, super happy. Thank you very much. It was really funny to do this. I have to say that I read so much the title of the series 1, 2, 3 that I love really, because I think there is a flow. There is something in the I don't know how to say that in English, but the syntax, the way
Yeah.
you wrote the word and you do jokes with, etc. It's like super efficient, and there is a flow and there is a mood. So yeah, it was really inspiring, and I tried to play around this universe, and so yeah, it's super happy. And I read a lot of, because there was lots of material sent, and there was also really nice and amazing things. So yeah, I think it's yeah, I want to say that I think what you can be proud of, guys, is you're inspiring. So when you see all these people sending things, playing, etc., having fun, I think it's yeah, it's thanks to you, it's your call. So congrats to you also, and thank you very much. uh and that's it. I'm under COVID right now, so I'm a little bit dead.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, but it's okay.
Buddy.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it's a small one, but I'm a little bit, sleepy. So I'm super happy. It make my day. And tomorrow I will send you, because it's not a spoil, but only on G's you will see the last weird knowledge. So I will send it to you to tomorrow.
Love it. I think you should share some of those old ones with the lodge as well if you haven't already, because they're awesome. What you do there is really cool.
But you will see. I will put your names, and after you can do quiz with what you want. The mods can play with. I wrote it like this to play to you. You will see. You will see. I will send it to you tomorrow in the audience.
Cool. Love it. Love it. And
Thank you
congrats
very
again,
much. I'm
buddy.
super happy, and I'm super happy to win. Yeah, Sebastian, it's crazy. Thank you very much, guys.
Oh, you're welcome. So welcome. Thanks for playing. And I think it is one of the really underrated aspects of the Genesis collection that we've got these 412 tokens, but over 400 bios, all individual, all sort of Ghost Breath's mind and ideas all whirring around and coming into these really clever summaries. I don't know how he does it. He can pull on so many different threads to come up with these sentences, and it blows my mind. I'm not a creative by trade or by training, and it's cool to work with people who can just spin up art like this and creative writing. So I love doing and I love judging all this stuff. I get a real kick out of it. So thanks for everyone for playing. It's been awesome to see the feedback and the reaction to what's being built over here. It's inspiring for us too. All right then, should we dive into some questions, Jack? Are you ready? You limbered up?
Yes.
Feeling mad for it?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I am going to go to the AMA questions channel. If you see anyone in the crowd that wants to put their hand up and jump on stage and do it, then let's do it that way as well. Just come up and ask whatever you want, whenever you want. We're here for you. We'll run for as long as it takes, within reason. I'll probably go about 7 p.m. UK if that's where we get to. But usually these things run from between an hour and 2 hours. And judging by the questions in the AMA questions channel in our Discord, we've got enough to go on for at least half an hour from this point. So is that all right with you, Jack? You got some clear space here to
Yeah.
fired up from multiple angles, I was going to say. Good God, it's a bit pre-watershed, that, isn't it?
It is. I've also invited Spacbor Eth up to the stage, so potentially I've just muted them, but potentially they may want to ask a question in a second.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
Just to let you know.
Let's give them 5 seconds to see if they unmute, and then we'll dive into the channel otherwise.
Cool. Spacbor, hit us up. Or not.
Should we ask one from the channel then, if we're waiting for that? I'll do the easy one first, which is a recap. So this morning, Roops asked us, will the cream list that were purged also mean an increase in supplying cream lists and possibly some discounts? So we've answered the first part of that question already, that we don't have 900 to give back from the 900 purge because we already knew we were going to reclaim these. And that meant that the farm shop was able to give out plenty in the last couple of openings. So we had this factored into our final figure of 9272. When it comes to the price and sort of the discount idea of it as well, we're not today speculating on the price of that final creamless allocation from the farm shop. but we're conscious of making this really fair from all angles. So we are going to make it as fair a process as possible. And particularly given what we've just been through, of course, we want this to be fair. But look, whatever happens with these final spots, there are going to be some people who miss out. So some people will be totally disappointed. And we understand that. I mean, and I'm really sorry about that in lots of ways. The truth is, there are just many more people now that want to mint a Weirdo than we have tokens to issue in the mint. And I know that sounds a little bit cold when you say it like that, but I do hope that people realise that there's going to be a thriving public sale and secondary as well. There will be more chances to pick up a Weirdo if you miss out on pre-sale. We want to give this to as many people as possible and keep it fair and keep it open, but there will be people who miss the cut and just can't make the threshold and feel disillusioned and upset. And I do get that. I do hope that the process of collecting where you got to with rat milk was fun anyway, even if you do miss out. That's been our aim from the beginning. And we can't feed every single person in the process of doing this. It's been super, super fun to try, but we knew that at some point the popularity would overtake the number of tokens. And so here we are now. And, it feels really difficult to go through this process because there is no satisfactory answer for every single person. There will be people that miss out. So
I guess
we'll keep it fair. We'll do what we can.
I guess there's some interesting things I think to say. Firstly, I'll be calculating the price over the next day or so for the next opening of the shop. Some important kind of facts to bear in mind. One, selling 600 creamless at the last opening of the farm shop, in 12 hours at a price of 35 milliliters took an incredible amount of liquidity out of the rat milk economy. So that's one interesting thing, one factor obviously to bear in mind. So there's less money to be able to pay for creamless, which is something that we look at when we're trying to balance supply and demand. There's also 1,040 less accounts in the system. So to us now, the demand is, there are fewer people, or there weren't people, they were multi-accounters, but there are fewer of those accounts looking to buy. So both of those factors should be kind of factors that drive the price of creamless down. Whether it's enough to keep them below 35 still, I don't know. The final thing is we kind of eased off a bit on the kind of the distribution of rat milk. So the economy has not, like the liquidity in the economy has not grown quite as fast. So, there's lots of things to say that maybe it won't be as expensive as people think. And as Nick said, as Cheadle said, we're thinking about mechanisms to make it as fair as possible and make sure, everybody gets a decent opportunity to own a clone Weirdo, which, as you can probably see from the sneak peeks, is getting increasingly exciting.
I just want to add, it was great yesterday playing games with community members after the purge, because even though I kind of felt bad when we did the purge, it was hard on me, and I was looking through the names and like, oh, I hope I don't see people that I've really grown to get to know. But playing games yesterday in the server, all of the winners were people and not bots. And even when we played Rumble, like, we just had winners who were people, and it was there was a big difference. So I'm glad that we saw that big difference right away.
Mm. That's great to hear. And the going back to the point about the scarcity now of creamless spots, we're going to have to think about how we run our community events from here on out to the mint. And we really want to keep an active schedule of stuff, but we have fewer prizes to give. And so a lot of the stuff that we're going to do is going to have less focus on winning cream list, because we just don't have them to give in quite the same quantities like we used to. But we are going to try and keep things interesting and varied. So when we announce the schedule, there will be some new stuff on there. We're going to try and do things a bit differently in the last 10 days or so. We're going to try and just shake things up and just give you reasons to come back and hang out with us, even if there are no sort of achievement prizes to chase down in some cases. We'll still have some to give away. We'll have poker. We'll have all our classics, but the number of spots are dwindling, and I feel really guilty for almost apologizing around this, but this is the reality of getting close to the finish line with a generative project. It's a real shame, but we want you to come and hang out with us anyway, because we've built something fun, and everyone's, I think we've just built such a friendly community of people who are really funny, and I've just really enjoyed hanging out in there every day and getting a kick out of everyone's conversations. So come back regardless is my overarching message. Then just some guy asks, well, anyone, but does anyone know what Mark and Mr. Xeon are responsible for in this project? As being founders of another project, will they have time to be dedicated equally to both projects? So I was talking about Mark earlier, particularly who is going through the pre-sale of Megakongs, which is a Megapont project. Megapont was on the Stacks blockchain, and this is their Ethereum launch today. So, he's obviously got his hands full with Megapont as well. Jack, what's your take on that? Obviously, we have a pretty specific view on how set we are for this, but it's probably worth reassuring the world.
I was going to make a gag and say I wish I fucking knew what they were responsible for, but people might interpret that as not a joke.
I'm not sure that British irreverence carries that well in an AMA, but yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, look, they're both fantastic. I've talked a little bit about both of them before. My background is in product management. I was head of product at a cybersecurity company, so I've run, teams of tens, close to hundreds of. Overseen teams of tens, close to hundreds of software developers and software engineers, and you come across a few in your career that you can describe as kind of superstars or 10x developers, and they really are those that are, super autonomous, entrepreneurial minded, and both Mark and Mr. Xeon exactly that. He's not fully docs Mr. Xeon, but he's actually a very senior / I don't know if I should say this, but it's like a CEO at quite a large company, and instead of choosing to spend a lot of his kind of time with us doing amazing things. So we're extremely lucky to have them. In terms of the breakdown of their responsibilities, Mark focuses on the kind of the generative art side of things and the smart contracts, and Mr. Xeon is kind of focused on our custom server bot and the website. So it's pretty awesome full stack devs from both of them. Mr. Xeon kind of handles more of our front end stuff as well. So that's kind of the first part of the question answered, I think. In terms of time and capacity, that's something that we've been very considerate of since the start of this. That, like I said, they're both extremely capable, 10x developers, get shit done extremely quickly. We haven't come across any issues up until now. The amounts of time that's required of all of them both of them comes in fits and starts, and is at different periods of the project. So yeah, I'm very confident that we'll have as much time of their time as we need moving forward. And post mint, we might potentially be looking at growing the team. So those are other things that need to be factored into the future. How was that? Was that
lovely answer? Yeah, very good. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Birkin Bay says, are there any other ways to earn milk? Right now there's Rat Milk Games, super fun, random raffles and games to play. I can't find time to be on here to catch the raffles or the games, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Since we're fast approaching mint, would you guys consider other ways to give out milk? Or, if you're feeling extra generous, cream lists? Cool question. Again, I've sort of touched on this previous AMAs, particularly because my background was so full on before I quit my job and became a Web3 DGen with the Weirdos with Jack. I didn't have time to sit on Discord all day, and it was frustrating to be, missing out on stuff by virtue of just being busy. We have tried to stagger things so that there's stuff on at different times around the global clock, so that if you can spare a little bit of time to participate, you can usually plan your week a little bit in advance by virtue of our weekly community schedule. So can't solve everyone's availability challenge, of course. It's a challenge, but it at least gives you a little bit of forward planning if you've got a particular game or an event in your sites that you really want to target. It is difficult to make additional distribution methods available at short notice and in the lead into a very busy mint. But if you did have some creative suggestions for that, drop them in the suggestions channel in the Discord. We'll have a look at them. I mean, I can't say for sure that we'll be able to deliver and pivot on something that's creatively and well thought through. Unfortunately, it's just this state of where we are at the moment. But just I don't really know how to quite answer it other than to say check in, try and plan in advance. We are giving out creamless spots in those contests. Some of these things are running for longer, like the bio challenge lasted 3 days. So you could drop in at your leisure once you've got a moment to think about how you're going to enter it. We had 98 participants and they're all going to stand a chance of getting milk. Not everyone's going to win it, but there's going to be a chance. And so trying to create either slightly more chilled entry points into prizes, not just the turn up at 9 and we'll hammer you with the Gartic bot and you've got to be the fastest finger first, which is quite often the easiest way for us as a mod team to deliver an event, because it's all done and dusted in half an hour, and we can plan the next thing. But we're trying to cut this in lots of different ways. We've had cooking contests, singing contests, all manner of things where you can turn your hands to things that you might already be good at and find the time to do it in a different way. It's a difficult one. I do understand where you're coming from, having been exactly in your position before. I don't know if you've got any better solutions or answers to that, Jack, but it's a challenge at this point. We're so far down the path to issuing all the cream lists now that we've really got only a few options left available to us.
Yeah, I guess there's some hacks. If I was trying to hack the system right now, I think we've said that people who've spotted spammers and report those will get some milk. We've got some pretty sophisticated mechanisms in place to automatically identify spammers, and we remove accounts that we think look suspicious manually all the time. But if you spot one, it is something that's not too hard to do. Then reporting that will get you some rat milk. I think it's a pretty open secret now, but not everybody is aware of it, that boosting the server, we put in very early kind of 3 mils of rat milk for that, and then didn't tell anyone about it because we didn't want to be too sleazy, pushy. But people have found that out now, and it's spread within the different factions. So that'll get you 3. I think something that is probably a little bit different from most projects is, like, we love making a rod from my own back here. We love feedback and understanding where we could be doing things better. We've had somebody spot a typo on the website, report that. We're very in the tickets, we're very generous to people who are kind of trying to help us build a better community, and that's true of people who are writing things in the suggestions channel or kind of sharing fan art. If I was a bit more artistic, I would probably pick the fan art route. So there's little hacks to get you more rat milk. I guess the elephant in the room is, if you're starting from a low number now or 0, it might be hard to get to a point in the next couple of days. And we're next going to open the shop to be able to buy a cream list.
Humble. Sorry, Humble's hands up.
I just I want to add a couple of things to what Jack said. There are times where we do award milk in the tickets, but it is not when you ask us for milk. We have never awarded milk to anyone who asks us for milk when they open a ticket. I just want to clarify.
Yeah.
So sometimes, something is reported and we need to be aware of it. If someone is being inappropriate in the server by our standards, please report it, open a ticket, or tag one of the mods. And that's a situation where you might get some milk. But don't open a ticket just to open a ticket. That's not what Jack is saying, I assure you.
Yeah, sorry.
Good point. There is also the weirdfulness approach as well. So I'm really reluctant to go to break this one open because there's some rules around it as well. So we've got this phrase called weirdfulness in the Weirdos, which is kind of like encapsulating all the things we want to see from our community, which is like being playful with your weird side, being helpful, being kind or fun, or all four, in any combination. And when we see examples of weirdfulness in the server, we have the ability as a team of admin and core team and moderators to just award a spot prize of a cream list. If we see something really, really cool, we can just award a cream list on the spot. We've got enough power to just unilaterally decide that the thing that we saw was so good, it's a cream list on the spot. What we have never, as exactly as Humble just said, what we have never ever awarded is a cream list for being tagged in something. Do not tag us and say, "Hey, I'm performing. I'm doing something cool. Look at, check me out. Watch me." I'm sort of in two minds as to whether even to. I've said it now, but I get worried about servers becoming performative for cream list or allow list, and it's a turn off. You see some inauthentic or inorganic discords where everyone's just jumping up and down and waving their arms and hoping to be seen for a whitelist spot, and it's cringe, and it turns us off as well. We don't really want to go down that road particularly, but we have seen some really, really great people contribute in a really authentic way, and when they do, and they're really funny, and they land and the community is loving what they do, it's this sort of selfless act of just bringing a lot of joy to the space. That's when we start looking at weirdfulness as a cream listed event. So you can do it. There are ways of completely jumping the queue, but we tend to give it out very sparingly, and when we're absolutely certain it's not just being performed for our benefit or for the eyes of the mods, because we don't respond kindly to being tagged in stuff and look at me, look at how I've performed for you. I don't feel comfortable in that role, and maybe that's again a cultural British thing, but it's not how I want to see the server run either. So we've got that up our sleeve, but we'll use it as and when it comes out in a genuine way.
I also don't want to see your tattoos. I'll tell you right now. I don't want to see any of your weirdos tattoos anywhere that you get them. Okay.
Feet.
So
you're into feet though, aren't you?
oh God, if they start sending me feet pics, I will get you. I will get you if they start sending me feet pics.
Auto forward to Jack.
Our next winner, I did another random number generator, and I got LOL, and I just sent them a message.
Again?
Oh, cool. That's a fucking scam, that.
That happened yesterday.
Wait, they won yesterday?
Yeah. They won yesterday as well. It's lol,
No way.
isn't it? Yeah. Always submitting stuff. Always. I mean, I love it. I'm delighted that you're a winner, because A, you're real, and B, you're hyper engaged, and it's amazing. But yeah, it's funny how fortune favors the committed, right?
I think I have to start rigging my my random number generator. All right, 2 more to go.
There's also obviously there's the bribing the mod approach to getting cream lists and rat milk. Is that still, are we allowed to talk about that?
You're allowed to talk about it. I got bribed once and I shut it down, but I wasn't playing the game. I was in a bad mood that day, but I think Jack likes being bribed. I know that much.
Yeah, I'm partial to a
I was
bribe.
offered hard seltzer, and my last offer was from Simojis, and it was hard seltzer and tacos delivered to the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you want to send me a delivery, I might. No, stop it. Forget it. I didn't say anything. Nothing. Yeah, so that kind of covers the rat milk cream list conundrum. It isn't perfect, and we are running out of options a little bit. So I am sorry to people who feel like they've sort of missed the boat a little bit. It's the last thing I want, and hopefully by keeping some of these cream list spots back for events, we are at least trying to honour the sort of the last minute discovery of the project and the opportunity to at least make it. I'm really sorry if you miss out. When Shop says the 6th stone, and When Shop I think was very soon, wasn't it? It was soon. We said we'd work on the pricing the next day, and then we also want to give people a bit of warning when it's opening so they can get their bags packed and get ready for it. So we will do it one more time. We've not said exactly when, but we are thinking through all the permutations of doing it and at what price, and then we'll announce it so you've got some time leading into it. Does that sound fair, Jack?
Yeah, always, mate. You're nothing if you're not fair.
Aginator says, if I was lucky enough to win a free mint, would I still be able to mint my 4 cream lists, or do I lose one? No, you do not lose one. You just get a free mint, and you can mint 4 on the cream list. So that answers that one. Does each clone come with their own name and bio, says CK? Bio, yes.
Oh yes,
Name
none to be
no.
confirmed.
Name not now with a double eyes emoji.
No, just more to
Just no.
more information to come later.
Yeah, good. Let's keep going then. So how do we get cream list? I think we've just covered that. There's games, there's the final farm shop opening, and then there's weirdfulness. There's kind of an array of choices at this point, but they're running dry. So not got many more chances to get you to the 19th with a cream list spot, unfortunately, but we are trying. What else? Let's keep moving.
I have some good news, maybe. Well, not good news. 2 of the people I awarded creamless to right now were actually maxed out. So Jack's not going to
Don't
be
give them
as
milk.
angry with
Reroll.
me. I gave them 20 mLs of milk.
No.
But if you want to, you
Fine.
can re-roll.
No,
I have 2 more winners to pick for creamless, so I'm going to pick 2 more winners. But you guys don't have to be, a little annoyed that I decided to give away 5 creamless without talking to you.
No, it's good. It's good. We had nearly 300 people in the room at one point. We should definitely give out the 5. I'm really pleased that we can do that. So yeah, please do re-roll.
In that case, I'll re-roll. I'll keep going. So in that case, we actually have 4 more to give away.
Amazing. Lucifer asks us, when is the next purge? Ooh, when's the next purge? I don't think we confirm when the purge is, right? Unless it's
Imminent. I mean, it was an interesting event, wasn't it? I mean, the people who survived it kind of came through the experience stronger, but I mean, there must have been like an element of stress to the whole thing. So, but it was also super fun. So I think when we do purge the next lot, I think we should probably do it collectively again and celebrate probably be there's some bots that still need to get yoinked, aren't there? That kind of, they're obviously just they're not visiting the website, they're just automating scripts to enter contests. So those I would suspect are the next victims. They can't be victims, really, can they? We're the victims of their crimes, not vice versa.
Correct. I'm glad you said that. That's the right way around. So they are, I mean, there's hundreds of them. Everyone knows the community's been testing them every time there's a milk raffle. They sort of reply to the MilkBot 3000 post, and then you get these auto spams of the milk glass emoji underneath it, which is just, the same couple hundred people or whatever, auto replying to anything that interacts with MilkBot 3000. So just an official line. Don't think that we don't see that, and don't think that we don't have a plan for it. We've got a naughty list that's continually evolving. You don't need to feed it into us. I know you feel like you're supporting the project team by doing so, and it is lovely. Like, we're really grateful for everyone being vigilant, and don't be disheartened by them taking mils of rat milk. It'll all come back. We'll get rid of them all. We'll certainly get rid of a lot of them. Sorry, I shouldn't say get rid of every single one, because unfortunately new people come in and start stuff all the time. But the truth is, once the cream lists are allocated, there's no point to them. Certainly in the short term. We can talk about the long-term utility of rat milk another day, which obviously we've never quite revealed or got into on these AMAs. So we are going to be vigilant ongoing for scripts and auto reacts, because they will still be able to, accumulate benefit in the future when rat milk turns its focus to other things. And we just want to, keep that faith in the community that we're on it. We're aware of these issues, and we keep wanting to give these things to real people, not cheats and robots. Right then. Thanks for getting rid of the cheaters and bots. You're welcome. Torsiet.eth. Right. State forever, Lucifer. You're not wrong. State forever. Any more?
Hey, my next winner, by the way, is Gen Pop. Gen Pop, I don't think I can message you, so send me a message. And I'll see if I can find you in the Discord with your name if you have the same name. If not, either come up on stage and let me know, or shoot me a message. Thanks, Gen Pop.
Nice one. Love it. Dr. Benway says, will there be another bio contest or law or something else for the writers? Probably not straight away. I think we've, still got a few things to rotate back around on that don't involve creative writing. You know, we've had art, we've had memes, we've had cooking, we've had singing, we've had games, we've had quizzes, and we just want to keep it fresh. And so there might be elements of writing, but in the main, it wouldn't be like the core theme of what we have as a challenge between now and the mint. I think we'll put that one to bed, having done it for 3 days. But I do love it, though. I love people bringing their creative side to the lore. And, you know, at some point we need to discuss whether we have a channel for describing, you know, community-driven lore as well, because obviously Ghost Breath as a creative genius will be the official lore teller and storyteller. But I love how communities can take on identities of the tokens and build these whole worlds around them. You know, we talked about Jenkins the Valet dozens of times on these AMAs, and there's a guy called Pinball in the Pixel Vault community who created a whole comic book for his meta hero, and I just love seeing that stuff. People get a real kick out of it, and you know, when you're building that layer of character around creators' work, I think that's when Web3 becomes different to your usual media and the way things are consumed typically. So yeah, we do want to encourage it. I just don't think we've got the runway now to do another challenge around the bios. So sorry to let you down on that. Austin says, "Is dating allowed within this server?" Well, you're I mean, you're a rat, Austin. So there's only about 2 or 3 other rats within the OGs. I don't know if they're available or you know, interested in you. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you were talking more, you know, generally for other people, asking for a mate, that sort of thing. My mate fancies your mate, we say in England in the 90s. What else we got? Again, if there's people in the crowd that want to jump up, we will take your questions. What will be the last day to become a 1 of 1 OG for the cloning event? Oh, I think they mean when's the snapshot for the free mint associated with the 1 of 1s. We've not confirmed that, have we, publicly?
No, we've not confirmed. I mean, I could speculate, but it's going to be, you know, a couple of days before the mint, so probably Saturday or Sunday next weekend, or this weekend coming. Just some wild speculation without any clear facts. That's what people really love, isn't it?
I think they like that, yeah, but they will hold you to every word of it. So
yeah,
hope you're
Friday,
cool with that.
Saturday, Sunday, or Monday.
Maybe even Tuesday next week.
No. Tuesday, I don't think Mark would like that.
Tuesday would be slightly stressful from a Mark perspective. So
yeah.
There's going to be a few questions that we've answered several times on recent AMAs. So where they come up, and I think we've got one now, we will try and do a more like a 60-second or 2-minute TLDR on what we've said before, if that's all right with you, Jack. And kind of don't want to put you on the spot in that way as a challenge, but you know, if you've got more to say, please do. I just want to keep moving, because I think a lot of the community have heard our positions on this lots of times. But what will the rat milk system be used for after the mint? If so, what for? We're not going to say the what for, because we've always been very deliberate with our intent to surprise and delight at the time of revealing stuff in our roadmap and our plans. And there's another separate and related question from ZQ that says, what's the plan post mint? Any roadmap incoming? Love the team, by the way. I hope we can have an innovative roadmap. And I think, Jack, you feel, as do I, very strongly about our sort of very deliberate approach to under promise, over deliver, and create these moments of real surprise. And that's kind of where we've taken inspiration from other projects, and the best practices around the space is to quietly build and then drop something really cool on people. And I can also completely understand people wanting full clarity of where this is going and what we're building in the Weirdoverse as we go forth. But we've decided to take a slightly different approach, haven't we?
Yeah, we definitely have. We're keeping the roadmap very close to our chest. I think if you, probably saying more than I've said at any other AMA, but I think if you come to these events, you come to the kind of faction story sessions with Ghost Breath, the artist, you'll start to see, be able to kind of piece together what the plans for building out the Weirdoverse might be. And I think kind of starting with the kind of the rich foundational narrative that already exists, and you can see glimpses of in the character descriptions in the Genesis collection. You know, our intent is very strongly to continue to add value to this community, build the Weirdoverse, build a brand around the weirdos, build out like a future using multiple different kind of media, and hopefully that's apparent from everything from how seriously we've taken the intellectual property questions, through to the track record that the team has got so far in delivering these moments of delight and surprise. The fact that we're innovating with the kind of the mint being on Ape as well as Ethereum, the fact that we dropped the Milk Dat Rat game as a surprise, the fact that you can see how serious this team's been taking multi accounting. We've pulled together some pretty special artists and technical minds, and obviously Cheadle on the community side, but to execute on a plan to build something that we think is fantastic and amazing, and actually the most fantastic and most amazing aspect of that, and the one that we should all be looking forward to, is these 14 factions exploding out of the cloning machine and looking totally different to any other collection that we've witnessed to date, in terms of their style, the subject matter that they're addressing, the humor that's clearly in everything, but also the variety and breadth, and the intent that we've repeatedly spoken about to deliver this generative collection that really raises the bar, the standards, the expectations of what people should start to expect, I think, from other collections, and that standard for us is defined as delivering a generative PFP collection that comes as close to feeling like a 9,272 individual hand-drawn characters in the Weirdoverse. So I've kind of avoided answering anything about the roadmap there, but hopefully you can see the kind of the passion and commitment from the team to do something special, and that we've pulled together all of the kind of core ingredients, and we're excited to surprise the community with with how we build out that Weirdoverse over the coming months.
If you dodged it, it was eloquently dodged, if that helps, Jack. So
thanks,
congrats.
Mate. Thanks.
Hey guys,
Hennessy...
winner.
Go on, sorry.
Oh no, my next winner I have Lattice Lab.
Amazing.
Lattice Lab, shoot me a message. I can't message you, so Lattice Lab, shoot me a message. I see your nice yellow creeps on, so shoot me a message.
And that was the third one or the fourth one?
That's going to be the third, assuming they don't have max out creamless. That's going to be the third creamless one. So we still have 2 more to give. Yeah.
Exciting. Keep it coming. Right then. So Hennessy says, recently there were certain projects having issues of over allocating whitelists, letting whitelists or OGs mint more than they were allowed to. Due to some technical issues, it leads to a consequence that some whitelist holders cannot mint. I can't believe I said whitelist 3 times in a row. Hennessy is cream lists in the Weirdoverse. How will you make sure the above won't happen? So how will we make sure that we don't over allocate? Well, we've got a massive spreadsheet that's landing exactly on 9272. That's the starting point. It's been weeks and weeks of meticulous planning in the making to make sure that we don't over allocate. I think that's the first thing to say. Jack and I have had several forecasting meetings on this, with all our different buckets of how we give away cream lists and how they're tracking relative to that forecast. I think if I can bring some of my IRL experience to the fore here, I spent best part of 17 years in accountancy and finance. Looking at
You're old.
Budgets. Yeah, I'm old. Not as old as some. I was looking at budgets, forecasts, variances to forecasts, projecting how forecasts are going to play out when events change and so on, and reforecasting every 5 minutes, particularly during COVID. So if there's anything I can do, it's model and forecast. That's like my absolute bread and butter. And we're going to make sure that we have allocated the right number of cream list, not whitelist, cream list spots for the pre-sale. In terms of there being any technical issues around finding either exploits or bugs that allow people to over mint against that allocation, I can't personally speak to that, but I've got enormous faith in Mark and Matt in terms of the structure of the process that sits around it. So I don't know if there's anything to shine a light on there, Jack, but I've certainly not got anything to add.
I guess, yeah, it's like this is not our first rodeo. Don't forget that even though our Series 3 mint was just 133 hand-drawn pieces of art, we integrated the creamless process into that as well. We'll be using the same tech. So we've done it before. We've got a spreadsheet. We go through that. I go through that spreadsheet meticulously every morning and track our progress towards the total, making sure that we aren't going to go over it's actually around 8,500 creamlists that we're going to be allocating, because it's worth just reiterating that there's a bunch of free claims, and it sounds like we're giving them away like they're going out of fashion. There's a bunch of free claims and free mints that we give away in contest. All 412 of the Genesis collection will map to a free mint. So all of the owners of OGs will be able to mint one token for free per Genesis token that they hold. So yeah, we've been tracking very carefully towards that 8,500. We're not going to go over, and we've already proven the tech that is able to like constrain and control the people who are able to mint.
Nice one. Birkin Bay's back in the chat saying, "Oh, what happens if someone with a cream list doesn't mint? Will it be open to the public, or will you?" Excuse me, I'm having some sort of malfunction on this side. Will it be open to the public, or will you keep the mint community only? So it will be open to the public if someone with a cream list doesn't mint. Obviously, it's a terrible decision to not mint. I think you'll regret it, and the public will gladly snap it up, and I think it will happen relatively quickly. I did see a separate question as to whether or not we could get a sense of people that are not going to mint, and could we find a way to get them to almost have an amnesty and give it back to us so that we can give those back to the community who really want them. It's a really nice sentiment, but we don't have the capacity to deliver that. So it is going to end up in the public sale if people don't mint. And all I can say is more fool them. It's going to end up being a monumentally poor decision to lapse on your creamless spot.
Yeah, and you know, we have said that we will make sure that we allocate all of the available clones to be minted to the people on the cream list, but we are anticipating that people won't be able to, they won't have the Ethereum in their wallet, they'll be on holiday, they'll have COVID, so that whatever, not all of those things, hopefully at once, that'd be very unlucky, but there will be circumstances under which people are unable to mint or choose not to mint. And actually I'm pretty excited for a bit of a public sale. Yes, it's unfortunate that those who were active in the community have kind of just missed out, aren't going to get some kind of advantage. But I think we also, it's good for the whole community that the public sale is an opportunity for us to attract people from kind of much wider breadth as well.
Yeah. Also, I sort of been slightly influenced by a few other conversations around this. Your community as an NFT project is not just your Discord. It very much feels like it when we're sat in it all day and getting the vibes from it. But it's anyone who wants to be part of it in whatever way they decide. And we've seen every single week people come into Discord and post, "I haven't posted in here in such a while. I just don't have the time." And they can be every bit as passionately interested in being a collector of projects as someone who's got 10 hours a day to talk online, right? So we are really conscious of not just considering that group to be our world. It is by far our most engaged and excited part of the community, and we love everyone that contributes to it. It's very important to us, but we also want to pay sort of dues to the people who tied up with careers, families, other social things they like to do with their time, and not just JPEGs. It's meant to be a healthy association with our projects, and so if we can draw those people in and give them reasons to buy and give them hope that they can have a chance, it's a win for us too. We want this to be much bigger than what we've currently got in our little corner of Web3 and Discord. Much as I have an absolute blast in there, it's much bigger than that. Let's keep it rolling. So RVLT has a couple of questions, or sort of a couple of comments, which link to a few others. So they say I was not aware there was milk inflation, so I saved my 11 mils for the shop reopening. Unfortunately, that backfired heavily because I don't have time to be in Discord the entire day. There we go again. I doubt that I'll be able to get a creamless at this stage, especially because the price will go even higher on the next reopening. If we could gift our milk to someone in the community in a structured way so that we could help each other, the more active members get their cream list, that would be awesome. Right, there's two elements to this. Right, let's start from the beginning. I wasn't aware there was milk inflation. Unfortunately, that we've been sort of fairly consistent on the message around the price change in rat milk. In creamless spots, I should say. We talked about inflation from the very beginning, and we said price might go up, it might go down. So far, it's only gone up. We're not committing to it going up next time or going down, but it's volatile and it will change. And unfortunately, because there's so much rat milk in the ecosystem from either playing the game or the raffles or the community events, there's a degree of it that's somewhat outside of our control. So, for example, if thousands and thousands of people play the rat milking game online every 48 hours, that's an unknown quantity of rat milk being pumped into the ecosystem, and we have to react to that in terms of making the distribution of the number of spots we've got left as fair as possible. So it is a delicate system, and it actually, no one's asking this, but they have before. This is exactly why ERC20 tokens are an absolute nightmare for what it's worth, and why just playing around with a proof of fund thing in a Discord and a website is challenging enough as it is. It really leans into some of the difficulties that proper currencies have maintaining a value and continuing to operate with some value on both sides of the trade. So it's been a real eye-opener to see even just something as relatively simple as this become very difficult to manage.
You're saying it's been mismanaged? Is that what the implication is?
It's hard. Yeah. I'm saying if I had hair, I would have lost it. No, it's tricky. It's tricky. And then if we could, the price. Yeah. So we've answered that bit. Then I think if we could gift our milk to someone in the community in a structured way, that would be nice. It would be nice. We talked weeks and weeks ago about actually building gifting into our commands, our structure in the Discord. And quite honestly, yesterday's event was the exact reason why we can't do it. Unfortunately, because there are bad actors and multi-accounters and people gaming systems to acquire more creamless spots in an unfair way, the gifting would open that entire world to even more difficult behavior to track and manage and ultimately ban and purge. So it's a shame, but the 10% of the people who want to act in a nefarious way for their own gain ruin it for the 90% who are thinking of this from a place of positive change. And unfortunately, we can't deliver that. And it's annoying for us too, because there's some genuine people out there who, if they could deliver acts of kindness, they really would. And unfortunately, it's too big a macro issue to manage on top of the multi-accounters and the bad practices we're already dealing with. So I do hope you understand where we're coming from with that. It's not because we don't like kindness and fun and wanting to do things differently, but it's just unmanageable from a cheating perspective.
Who asked the question?
RVLT. They're on 11 mils of rat milk as it stands.
Oh well, I was feeling generous. Maybe if they raise a ticket, Humble, you can take 30 of my 50 mils and give it to them.
I'm not doing that. That's your ticket. I'll tag you.
I know,
and the rest
but
of
I
the
can't.
team on
I
the
can't
ticket
because
if I do it.
because I can't add. I can't.
You can't do it to yourself.
I can't do it to myself.
Do it to
Okay,
me
fine.
then. Do it to me, or I'll do it to
fine.
Jack, or one combination of the other. Either take my meals, or take Jack's, or take both. We'll split the difference. There you go.
I spent 10 minutes telling them not to tag us asking for milk and tickets, and you're telling them to do it. All right, fine. Tag me.
We do what we want.
We're in charge, Humble. It's up to us. No.
I will be happy.
Let's be clear. Humble's in charge.
Yeah, Humble's actually in charge. Yeah. Yeah. We actually
I have our next winner, by the way, Mr. Funny. Mr. Funny Guy is our next winner. And then I was thinking, if you guys want, you guys can do the last one in a different way. So, Mr. Funny Guy, I'm going to shoot you a message right now. I can't shoot you a message. So, Mr. Funny Guy, shoot me a message. I'm following you now. You can shoot me a message. And then if you guys want to do the last one, however you want to do.
Oh, I like the way you're doing it.
Okay. All right.
The
I'll
way
do
you're
one
doing
more
it.
like this then.
Mr. Funny Guy, that is a bold that's a bold name.
That was an opportunity to do some singing, Nick. We missed out there.
Get them on stage and do Bohemian Rhapsody, or
Yeah, exactly. We've got two people who've requested on stage that I forgot to mention. So Mastermind Acquisitions, and I haven't invited the other one up yet, but I'll do that now so that they're ready to go.
All right, cool. Let's do that. If we're going to
I can speak now? Am I allowed to speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've been fucking waiting up here for like 10, 15 minutes now.
Yikes.
Oh, sorry, dude.
I'm kidding. I'm just ball busted. It's all good. It's all good.
I fully busted there.
No, in all reality, every single question. So at first I came up, I was going to ask about whitelist allocation, or I'm sorry, cream list. To smack you for saying it 3 times now. You rub it off on me. I was going to ask about cream list allocation and being oversold if that was a possibility. And then I sat here. Okay, that was answered. And I sat here. I said, okay, let me think of another question while I'm just sitting here waiting. And so then I thought about asking about a public sale if you guys are going to do it strictly for like in the Discord, like to combat bots or something like that for the actual public sale. It seems like you guys already addressed that, so I'm just kind of at a loss here. I don't really know what else to say other than to bust your balls for making me wait so long, and now all my questions got answered. So
can you
I
sing?
just did the right thing. I did the right thing, and I tagged humble Empress in the ticket for some milk. That's basically what I did.
Yeah, she did say that's how she likes being approached. So if you could,
yeah. No, you guys are doing a great job so far. I mean, you're asking every question that I think either I can think of or that everybody else is asking about. So I guess I'll just step back down now since piss.
Oh well, it's nice speaking to you anyway.
Yeah, always a pleasure. It was good to chat yesterday as well.
Yes, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys are doing great. Art's awesome. Yeah, sure. That's right. Give me some shit back. All right, I'll step down now, fellas.
Cool. There you go. Christos, the bounty hunter, says, I hear my name in the AMA, but I didn't get what I won. Yeah, you didn't get what you won because I'm on the AMA. It's coming later. Don't worry. I'll deliver all the prizes later tonight when I've had a chance to stop talking, and they'll be posted later. Christos equals Chris, and there it is in Greek. Love you guys. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to butcher Greek names. That is not my specialty.
Cheadle, who was I awarding milk to, taking away from Jack?
RVLT. Yeah, take away from Jack or me.
Wait, to who? Going to LT?
RVLT.
RVLT. Okay.
Yeah, they posted in the AMA questions channel at 3 minutes past 6, which would be 10:03 for you. Look at me doing LA time in my head.
Did you get it right though?
Did I? I don't know. Probably. I'm very clever. Right. What have we got? Random questions. What's your favorite type of seafood? Do you even like seafood, Crypto? You do like seafood, Crypto Jack. I know you do.
Yeah, I don't know what my favorite type is. That's a pressure question.
Very specific question, isn't it?
Crab. Some kind of crab. Is that okay?
Yeah, crab's a good one. I really like mussels. Mussels and frite. Yeah, that's kind of me in a seafood dish. If you ask my kids, the answer is scampi in breadcrumbs.
Scampi and chips.
Scampi and chips. Fish fingers less so. Scampi's definitely more their scene. I think that's probably why they're middle class. But breakfast. What's your favourite breakfast?
Oh, I don't really eat breakfast.
Jack's breakfast is support tickets. He eats support tickets for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but he particularly likes them in the morning. Mine is I'm quite simple on this. I like eggs. I like ideally some sort of poached eggs and bacon. That's like the dream, but I tend to not try and eat bacon every day of the week, otherwise I'd die. So I tend to keep that to the weekends and go
Eggs Benedict.
Yeah, boom. There you go. Decent. Amazing shout. Love Eggs Benedict. Eggs Royale as well. Coming back to the fish point with the smoked salmon. That's to die for. That's where I'm at. Right then, let's get back to some real weirdos questions. But actually,
got
no, let's
somebody else
not.
in the
No, give me some
audience.
non-weirdos questions. I love the non-weirdos
Oh, hang
questions.
on.
Human Weirdo Scoop says, "Oh, sorry, I'm talking over you. Did you say there's someone here?"
I think they got rugged the last time. I thought they were waiting, but they're on their way up. Here they are.
I'll wait.
I can't read their name because it's NFT Juni. Hello. Do you have a question? Can you hear us?
I can't see them with a speaker on.
Right, they've probably been rugged.
I feel like there's a theme running through our public speaking sessions. Everything gets rugged. Human Weirdo Scoop says, "Is there any connection between Weirdos Web3 collabs and generative event? Will Web3 collabs still have their place in the Weirdoverse?" Is that the? Just remind me what this is. Is this the Weirdos of Web3 work that was done quite early on in the generative process?
So we've got just pulling up my spreadsheet. We've got all of the Genesis Weirdos are receiving a free mint. Then we've got 3 Weirdos of Web3 collabs, one with Skullpunks, one with Humans of the Metaverse, and one with Animatus. And there are 20, each of those comes with a free mint as well. So there's 23 mints across those three Weirdos of Web3 collection tokens.
Austin has lost his head. We want rat brothel for utility.
Wow.
Austin, just because you've got loads of milk doesn't mean you can say what you want. All right? Think of the kids. Think of the children. Right. State forever, says Amaros. You're not wrong there, pal. Can I donate more rat milk? No, sorry, we've done that one. Do you have any thoughts on techniques to do a public mint without bots? That's from Lil Biggin, who is that Jen? Is that the? I'm just going back to the previous comment. Yeah, Gen Pop. That's you, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, have we got any thoughts about how to do the public mint? Yes, we do. We're keeping it under wraps because we don't want anyone thinking about it in advance and having an advantage over someone else. I think we've got what we're quietly confident we've developed a very innovative solution to the public mint that won't get botted. So we've got a plan. Trust us. I think trust us is becoming a bit of a thing for us. I know why should you trust us? I hope you can look back at the track record Jack's reference, either from using our own bespoke smart contract for some of our Genesis series weirdos, whether it's the rat milking game dropped on the community, whether it's our approach to bots and multi-accounters and how we're really thinking, creatively around some of this stuff that particularly just using rat milk and using it in an ongoing basis as well. We're here to stay and we're building things long term. The public mint's no different, and trust us, we've got a plan for this, and we hope that we're able to raise the bar again. We talked about this yesterday in the Purge event on Spaces as well. One of our, if we can look back on what we've done in this project, I want to be proud of a certain number of things that we hope take the space forwards. We're trying to professionalize the way teams are viewed in Web3, and hope that someone takes along our multi-accounting process and improves it in the future. Hope that what we're doing with the public mint becomes a standard for other people to ask their projects, what are you doing around this as well? So if there's anything good that comes out of our processes, I hope that it's that you go away and spend time in other projects and challenge them on their methods and processes similar to what we did too. And that would be a real source of pride for all of us.
I just want to say one thing real quick. I'm bringing to attention that a state representative here, you Cheadle State, you just told everybody to trust you. I don't know if I can do that. You're from the state, dude.
Trust Xeon then. He's weirdo.
All right, that checks out.
Xeon's the one actually deploying this stuff anyway, and he's a weirdo. And actually, he's harsher than the state. So don't treat the weirdos as a soft touch. He is the fiercest of the team weirdo by far.
Yeah.
Guys, I have my last winner. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just being a goof. Go ahead. You do business.
I'm also state, but we want to hear you out, and then we'll talk about how
Oh
your
well, in that
response
case, never
works.
mind. What you're saying isn't even important. Never mind. No, just your state. That doesn't even matter. Screw all that.
3-1
I'm
though.
sorry.
We have our last winner for Cream List. So we have 5 Cream List winners. Our last winner is Mina, who has also a yellow creep on her face.
Nina,
Yellow creep's doing well today.
love it, love it. We love the creeps. Mark in the questions asked, how many ape do we need when we mint? We're going to announce the price of the mint in ape token on the day of pre-sales. So we're not doing it now because the price will change quite a lot between now and then between ETH and ape, and we don't want it to be a situation where it's too expensive or too cheap on one currency versus the other. We just want to offer the same effective price in both options. Okay, so that's going to come on the day of the mint.
Down 8% today, ape.
Well, I'm sure ETH's down similar, isn't it? It's been an awful day for Ether.
I think there might be that was against the dollar. Yeah, I think everything's down. Yeah, everything's down. That's fine. Cheap. The mint will be cheap for everyone.
Crypto down. Everyone complaining about the mint price a week ago. Suddenly, it's gone very quiet. So it'd be interesting to see how people feel about the mint price today. What else we got?
I'm sure they won't be asking us to put it up.
Leaning Mind says, can I join you guys in the milk gift, 10 mils each? I love you, Leaning Mind. I'm going to say no because it'll open a box of lots and lots and lots of kind people that we can't manage donating milk that we don't have time to manually subtract and award elsewhere. So basically just blame me. I'm just being lazy and selfish. Sorry, I can't do it. You're going to have to keep your hard-earned milk. I mean, I'll
That's
probably
nice, though. That is nice, isn't it? That we've got people like that. I mean,
I love it.
The number of times we've had to answer the question about gifting milk is actually, obviously we don't like answering questions thousands and thousands of times over, but it's I'm joking. It's really indicative of the kind of the like family that we've built and that has been built and enabled.
Yeah,
it's lovely.
Oh, I love this question. This is niche. I always like answering this one. Titan Ultra says, I own Edna, but it says 2 people own it joint. Do we have 2 Ednas, or is one is owned 50-50? Right. So the Series 1 companions were launched on an ERC 1155 token. So there are 2 editions of Edna. There are 2 Ednas and 2 people own them. You both have one, and you don't have a 50% ownership in your Edna. You have 100% ownership. There are 2 Ednas. That is a quirk of the original companion collection, that they were dropped on a different token standard where you can issue editions. So you've got there's 2. In fact, I've got Ed the hyena from Series 1 companions from being a collector from months and months ago, and I think my Ed Eskimo brother is Sapom in the server as well. So we're connected through the dual ownership of having 1 Ed each.
And this is an opportunity to say that at some point after the mint, we will be migrating the Series 1 Weirdos and Companions to the Genesis smart contract. At the moment, they sit on the OpenSea contract, and they'll be moving to our own custom smart contract.
I'm going to butcher this name too. I think everyone enjoys me butchering it by now, right? Mahedo with a J. Mahedo. Mahedo? Mahedo.
Where are you watching it? Where are you looking at these?
AMA questions.
Okay, it must be a bit further
6:33 p.m. Questions from me. Sorry if this was asked before. What's the biggest challenge you guys have come across in relation to the project, and how did you overcome it? Shall I do like a community angle on this, and you go wherever you want to dive? So, biggest challenge we've had as I came in is the sort of the hyper growth of the Discord server and how we retain the essence of what we had before. I think that's been, constantly in our heads as to how we maintain the intimacy of having like 100 people in the Discord. Now that it's 25,000 of, like I said, keep coming back to real people, not robots now. It's been about how we get everyone back around the table talking about Ghost Breath's art and getting really excited for the world he's building. Because we used to have these, this is before time before Rat Milk had been created and dropped into our Weirdoverse as well. We were just owning tokens, talking about them, getting a kick out of the bios, looking at them, laughing at them, talking to Ghost Breath himself, and finding like what's in his brain, what his inspirations are, and the creative process. And obviously, as we've had a cloning event by necessity, we've had to go away and work and really build this generative. And as a result, Ghost Breath's been very, very busy, largely kept under lock and key, and comes out now for the origin stories that we've got tomorrow at 3 p.m. And getting back to that and how we think about the art, and getting back to people focusing their conversation on it and not just when milk. And I get it, we're launching a generative where people want to be in a position to buy it. So by necessity, you have to distribute the tokens, and that by necessity is a central part of the reason to sit in the Discord and pack your bags. I get that, we can't avoid it, but it's brilliant when the focus turns back onto the collection, whether it's people typing /wandom in the channels and throwing up an OG and having a laugh about it, or when we do the quizzes around the collection and people have to tell us who the zoomed in weirdo is, or give me the name of someone whose bio I've just posted in the Milk Games channel. That's that stuff that I really get a kick out of, because that's what the original community came together on. Like, no expectation of how big this was going to get. It was an art collection project, and I know we've got much more designed for it now. We've started talking very secretly about a roadmap and a big weirdo verse. It's going to be much more diverse and mature than that, but that was it. It was how we keep those original people engaged, and how we get that level of excitement and hype and interest into Ghost Breath's work, into the next 24,000 people that come in, and those processes for onboarding, and how we keep maintaining the spirit of fun and not that sort of homogenous culture you get where people just jump in, say GM, when whitelist, how do I grind for XP, and then just acquire and move on again. And I think what we found is this real sort of stickability with the people chatting in our general channels, where they've got what they came for, in other words, creamless spots, but they're still here and having loads of fun. And I think that's been one of the sources of pride for me. It's how we have been able to make this people's number one Discord destination. Not everyone, of course, but like a real core of people come here as a priority, rather than I'm from an alpha server and I hide in the alpha server and I just interact with the project servers when I need an allow list to mint something that I want, and my actual home, my core, my guys are sat somewhere else in a either an alpha or friend server, or whatever you want to describe it. We've actually pulled people across from worlds like that into the weirdos, and that's been their primary home for the last few weeks. And that's so exciting to see, because you don't get that with every project, right? There's people performing and dancing and illustrating and trying to get onto the spot, but then they slink away again once they've got what they need. And actually most people are sticking around and having lots of fun regardless of whether they've achieved or not. And that's been great to see. What say you, Jack? Where are you at from a greatest challenge perspective? I know the generative has been really challenging from a diversity point of view. Is there anything sort of around that or something else?
Yeah, I guess it's worth, I guess, reiterating that we've been at this a long time. We're into, I think, like month 7 or maybe even 8 now of pulling together this quite prolonged plan to launch continue after Matt launched Series 1 to continue to launch Series 2 and 3 and move into a generative. And now that's not something that even in itself is super simple. There's complexity and nuance to taking a 412 piece one of one collection and expanding it out into the generative, and keeping it all story narrative aligned, and making sure that we're incentivizing all of the right behaviors, and a kind of next community growth challenge was kind of an aspect of that. But we've had to hire we've built an incredibly strong team, and that takes a lot of time. Anybody who knows who's kind of built teams to deliver against tough challenges will know that's hard. And I think kind of we set out to deliver new standards in the art and the generative, That's required kind of like an amazing technical team. We've delivered moments of delight along the way. We've kind of trying to draw together all of these aspects and create a community that feels, non-grindy and more fun than we hope most other places in Web3. And we aspire to be the most fun server in Web3. So getting all of those separate channels right and bringing them all together, I think, has been challenging but incredibly fun.
It has been fun, hasn't it? I know we keep saying this to ourselves, but I really do mean it. It has been the most fun work I've ever done in my career, and that's that's probably the biggest compliment I can give to Jack and the project team. But you guys as a community as well, you've just made it a lot of fun to be around this project every day, and every day it's been a real pleasure to jump on and chat to you all and get to know you all. So thank you for what you do for us as well. I've probably got time for maybe one or two more questions. I think we're coming up to close to 2 hours on this, so we should probably save some of our bullets of the chamber for Wednesday. We'll do another AMA again, same time on Wednesday. We used to do this all in Discord, and I think we've just decided we're probably better off serving the public at this point, as well as we start building the external awareness coming into the pre-sale. So we'll take this to Twitter Spaces again on Wednesday. This one might put you on the spot, Jack, and I think we should probably save this for Ghost Breath when we talk to him tomorrow. But it's a very simple question from Jangle Leg Jones.eth. Why Weirdos? What sparked the idea?
Yeah, I mean, I'm never going to answer that as well as
Should we save it?
Matt. Yeah, I think maybe save it. I think the short answer is, I think Matt is a student of humanity, people, and culture, and it's kind of there's an underlying narrative that the beauty of things that are different and potentially strange to some people has a great deal of strength. But yeah, that's kind of my take on his creative. So I think leave him to answer the question a bit better tomorrow.
Absolutely. Let's keep scrolling then for a couple more minutes. Otherwise, we'll just wrap this up.
It's one about how you and I met.
Yeah, do that. Go on then. You do your version.
Oh my God. So we both went to the same university, started in the same year, 2001 was it? We started, I think it was. And both played rugby.
You're not that old. You must be able to remember the year we started uni.
Yeah, I was trying to pretend. I was hoping you would pretend it was a bit later, but and yeah, we.
Did you say 2011? Yeah.
Yeah, 2011. God, and yeah, so university rugby teammates. Had one of Nick's close friends is also one of my very close friends. Captain of the rugby team, housemate of mine 1 year, housemate of Nick's the other year. Don't know what else to add. What should I add?
No, that's it. Just like Web1 degenerates, really, in that we'd just be out on the town and getting drunk half the time in our late teens and wasting away those critical years of of being in our physical prime, and that's why we're in the state we're in now. So here we are 20 years later, not in our finest fettle, but that's the Web3 life, isn't it? Locked to the laptop half the time. But yeah, we've known each other a very, very long time. We've both got off in different career directions for most of that time. As I said, my real life career, my IRL career before becoming a Web3 DGen was in finance and accounting. So I worked for sports teams and entertainment businesses. So I worked at a rugby club in England, and then worked for the O2 Arena in London, and recently in the Premier League as well with Brighton and Hove Albion Football Club. And our bios are on the team section of the website as well. The Discord as well. So you can, I'm doxed, we're doxed. You can see what we've done with our lives. But it was kind of just fortunate circumstances that brought us back, because I had enough of what I was doing with my career and gave Jack a call and said, look, I've got this idea for a project I want to run. And he said, well, let's talk about that, but also I need some help on this project. And that's how this all came about for me. So I haven't looked back. It's been wonderful. And, we're super excited to see what happens in the next 8 to 10 days. It's a big couple of weeks for us, but it's been loads of fun working with a mate. It's been they say never work with your friends, but it's been awesome working with Jack. So
thanks for making me sound like such a great friend there. Oh, I've got this idea for a project that I really want to do. No, don't worry about that, mate. Come and help me out.
That's a shit idea.
Forget your ambitions. Come and help me.
We're going to do it one day, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think other people are doing my idea already, and they're doing it much better at a higher level. So I might leave that on the cutting room floor for now. But yeah, it was a good idea while it lasted in my head. One more. What should we do? One more. If you got Jack is buying people drinks. Well, he is in a way. Are we doing an NFT NYC event? Well, let's earn the right to stage an NFT NYC event. I think it will come too soon for this project specifically to throw a massive party. I could be proven wrong, and I'd love to be proven wrong. But as if nothing else, we're running out of time. It's in June, isn't it? NFT NYC.
Yeah, I think Megapont doing a big party that they've said that we can crash.
I'm into that. Yeah, let's crash someone else's party. That's more weird anyway, rather than staging your own thing. A weirdo just turns up uninvited to whatever they want and just goes in. So do that.
Yeah.
Go to NFT NYC. Go anywhere you like. In fact, go on the Bored Ape yacht. Tell them you're a weirdo.
Yeah, I think.
Tell Jack sent you. He's got 9.
Don't tell them that. So I think we would love to have a party, an event at NFT NYC. I keep getting that the wrong way around.
Doesn't matter. You can do it any way around you like.
I can do it anywhere around I like. That's right. But it's we're minting quite close to the actual event date. 2 months might not seem that close, but actually very close to get things booked in and things like that. So we would have needed to have planned a lot further in advance. So yeah, that's why the option of crashing the Megapont party with our tech guys is very appealing. Like I said, I'll be buying some drinks. Trying to say it quieter and quieter.
Stone Gecko says, when we milk the rat, is the sound a squeal or a moan? It's a squeal of delight. It's a happy sound. It's an enthusiastic sound. It's encouraging the milker to continue. It's not a moan, either positive or negative. It's a genuinely content sound of almost happiness. And we look after those rats in a very caring way in the rat spa, so they get their rotations in and out of the lineup for your milking pleasure. And then they go to a retreat where they're very carefully looked after and massaged, because some of you evil swines have been hammering them for over 600 clicks in 90 seconds, which, if I flip that back onto you, if you want to be milked 600 times in 90 seconds, that's your business. Our rats are not ready for that. That is hardcore. So just chill out on your rhythms, guys, because that's aggressive. One more. 2 minutes to go. And then wrap up for 2 hours in. Let's go. Have you seen anything? when wide mark meme contest. I don't know. I might be getting rid of my mark tomorrow. Just full disclosure. Much as I love his wide head, I love my original PFP even more. I have Manfred from Series 1, and I don't give him up lightly.
Mark has a project minting today, so that's why if you pop into the server, you'll see a lot of us with the same PFP I have on right now. We're showing our support, sort of. So we're having a little bit of fun.
Sorry, I said that at the beginning. I should clarify, shouldn't I? So Mega Kongs, the first Ethereum Layer 1 project from the Megapont guys who delivered Megapont on the Stacks blockchain, have come to Ethereum and are pre-sailing today, and we're all in full support of Mark and the team over there. It's an awesome project. You should check them out. Obviously, we're very biased because the 2 core guys there work on the Weirdos as well, and look, they've delivered value for a very long time, and it speaks to the track record of the Weirdos by highlighting and putting some spotlight on their stuff too. So we're very enthusiastic for what's going on over there, and they've got our full support, hence the wide mark in everyone's PFPs. Should we leave it there? Because we've got, we're not going to get everyone's questions done today. I think what we should do is try and wrap up some of this stuff on Wednesday, get people back around the table and try and ask people to come back and talk to us again. 2 hours is a decent AMA, I think. How are you feeling, Jack? You ready for another one in 48 hours?
Yeah. That was great to have as many people as we did today. Thank you so much for listening to us.
You guys were great. Thank you.
Thanks, Humble.
You
You're
guys
great.
did a good job. Thanks to all the listeners. We love you guys, and we can't wait to hang again.
And thanks for giving out some Kringle spots.
Anytime. I love to do it.
Right, we'll be back soon. I'll be posting community schedules. We'll be staying active and giving you all the updates as they come in on the announcements channel in the Discord. And we'll be back here on Wednesday, 5 p.m. UK time. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ta-ta.